Ride the signal through the unknown. This is the cryptic current.
A 3-year-old girl who clinically died after a fall came back to life and unlocked all memories of having once been a lover. Hello everyone, I am Dao Doi. Today, we will explore one of the most fascinating and mysterious current historical cases, and one of the most compelling in the Western world. The story of the lover of the ancient king A. Interestingly, the story is recounted by a 3-year-old girl who revived after clinical death, and it unlocked all memories that she had been the past life lover of Pharaoh Akab I. Dorothy Eddy Luzies, a British woman born in a coastal town near London, had a normal life like any other child until she was 3 years old. A fateful fall down the stairs left her unconscious and seemingly took her life. The family doctor declared her dead, but an hour later when returning to prepare the body, the doctor was utterly astonished to see her sitting and playing on the bed. Not long after, she had recurring dreams about living in a large building with many pillars. And she would often burst into tears, insisting she wanted to go home even while with her parents in her own house. At 4 to 5 years old, her parents took her to the British Museum. As soon as she stepped into the Akab Antiquities Gallery, she suddenly broke free from her mother, ran through the halls, and kissed the feet of the statues affectionately, unwilling to leave. She seemed to have found her home, the people of her country whom she had never forgotten. At the museum, she met Mr. Wallis Barges, the manager of Akab Antiquities at the museum. Due to Dorothy's special affection for ancient Akab, Barges encouraged the young girl to learn hieroglyphics. Dorothy amazed her hieroglyphics class teacher. She learned so quickly, wanting to study what should have taken years to master. When asked how she could learn so fast, Dorothy said she wasn't learning but just recalling a long unused ancient language. At 15, Dorothy began recounting her persistent dreams. A spirit named Hora visited and revealed she was the reincarnation of an Akab woman named Barges, a priestess at the Seti I temple in the city of Abydos, Upper Akab. Hora frequently appeared in her dreams over 12 months and told her the story of her past life. Dorothy even recounted a visit from the spirit of Pharaoh Seti I. Dorothy carefully wrote down each of her dreams in about 70 pages of diary in ancient Akab. Dorothy wrote that she was Barges, daughter of a vegetable seller and a soldier during Pharaoh Seti I's reign. At 3 years old, her mother died, and since her father couldn't care for her, she was taken to the Komeo Santatsa temple. There, Barges was raised to become a priestess. At 12, a high-ranking priest gave Barges 2 choices: leave the temple or become a consecrated virgin. Barges chose to stay as a consecrated virgin because there was no better option. She was assigned a role in the annual drama, depicting the sufferings and resurrection of the god Osiris. This role could only be played by virgin priestesses. However, a chance encounter with King Seti I led Barges to break her vow. They fell in love and consummated their relationship. Afterward, Barges discovered she was pregnant. She risked telling the high priest the truth about the child's father, expecting leniency, but the high priest said Barges had committed the sin of betraying the goddess Isis, so she must die. Not wanting her lover King Seti to face this scandal, Barges chose to commit suicide. At 16, Dorothy visited many museums and archaeological sites of ancient Egypt and England. She joined a research group and met an Egyptian man named Amen Amtel Maggots. In 1931, Dorothy married and moved to Egypt to live. There, Dorothy became an English teacher and continued her journey to rediscover her homeland. They had a son named Seti, but their marriage lasted only 5 years due to her husband's distant work assignments, and Dorothy still wanted to live in Egypt. The son stayed with Dorothy, and from then on, people called her the mother of Seti. In Arabic, it means the mother of Seti. In 1937, Seti moved to live in the village of Naras al-Salam, next to the Gira pyramid, which is believed to be a connection to the afterlife. From then on, she began to immerse herself in working as a secretary for the archaeological project, excavating tombs and important historical relics related to Pharaoh Seti I. She pointed out the locations and images of paintings drawn in the dark chamber of the Seti I temple, with astonishing accuracy that amazed the archaeological team. At that time, the paintings and artifact locations in the temple had never been published in any documents. But Mr. Seti accurately pointed them out, matching the research, even though it was her first time entering the room. Mr. Seti used his past life memories to help archaeologists find important historical relics, such as the garden next to the Seti I temple, the location of the Osirian temple behind Seti I temple. Ancient symbols and images were all decoded by her. Mr. Seti knew the content of ancient texts in advance, without having seen them or the locations. Lost artifacts were precisely located by her for excavation down to the smallest details. Mr. Seti was seen as a guide, helping archaeologists explore the ancient civilization of Ikub. Mr. Seti lived a kind and normal life with all acquaintances. Her life and work were very smooth, except that she simultaneously continued her discoveries about ancient Ikub, based on what she claimed were memories, not research or mere intuition. Dig here. I remember the ancient garden was here. They dug and found the ancient garden, where she first met Seti I. The results exactly matched what she recalled from past life. She was very famous in the archaeological field, making people both respect and fear her for her unusual manifestations. She could converse, cast spells, and control cobras. Immersing herself in the sacred water leaves of the Osirian temple to cure disease, as she stated that the holy water leaves in the shrine could cure many illnesses. She also cured her eye infection by standing before the statues of the Osirian temple and reciting the inscriptions believed to be spells all over them. In her old age, Mrs. Onseti lived at the shrine of Arrows in a small village. It can be said she had a fulfilling life, balancing her past life connection with her present life. Thanks to her, this place has also become an interesting tourist spot when visiting Egypt. In 1981, Mrs. Onseti passed away at the age of 77. This world has too many mysteries worth exploring. Watch and subscribe to continue discovering these mysteries.
If the signal hooked you, subscribe and catch the next ripple.